Hello everyone, Tyraptor 101 here. Today I'm going to do a video reviewing T-Rex versus Spinosaurus and JP3. I guess let's get into reviewing. So, obviously, Spino was chasing after Alan Grant and, his whole group back there. And, eventually Spino got stuck in between some trees and they managed to run off and catch their breath. Alan Grant just had to move some foliage, and it just happened to be a bull T-Rex right there. Now, he's eating something. I'm guessing this is either like a bull male Triceratops, or looking at the skin coloring, maybe, I don't know, like a sauropod or something, because you remember in the movie, the sauropods were kind of greenish, which kind of looks like the color of this creature. Because if you look at its size, it's pretty big. And then, why does everything in this movie have to be green? So, what I'm guessing may probably happened here, right? Bull killed it, whatever. Maybe it wandered away from its herd. And he could be, if he did actually have to hunt it and kill it, could actually have, could have actually be a little tired and fatigued, which is maybe a reason why he lost his spinal so quickly. So pretty much let's, get into this fight. So
nobody move a muscle.
They don't move, and obviously Bull knows they're there. He heard them. So to make them move and run, he roars. And and then they all run. And the bull begins to chase after them. And the reason I think he chased them here instead of just eating his food was most likely because maybe like he was just going to chase them to like the clearing and then like turn back around and go back to eating his meal, like just to protect his little area to make sure nothing's eating his food. But then obviously he sees Spino, and Spino hisses when he sees Bull. Bull's not focused on them at this point. He's seen Spino and the team, get into a territorial battle. To roar at each other, trying to assert their dominance. Bull almost steps on Alan Grant. And here, Spino leaves his neck and side exposed. And you see Bull kind of tilts his body to the side. And then, just quickly tilts his body back, grabbing the Spino's neck. He lifts him up and then just slams him. You see Spino's kind of like on his side at this point. And Bull pushes him back a little bit. He bites into his skin, getting a better grip on Spino as he begins to drag him. As you could see right there, when he hits the tree, Spino's like barely on it. Like you see his hands are scraping the ground, his leg. Bull's pretty much dragging the Spino at this point. And he swings him around. At this point, Spino manages to get his footing. And Bull tries to push Spino back to the ground. And Spino starts to shake around and using his arms to keep himself from falling, landing flat on the ground again. He tilts his head, shakes his head a little bit, and shoves off the Bull. And then he tries to bite him, but Bull steps back out of his reach. And then Spino kind of falls forward. Bam is now on his hands. Bull roars. Spino roars back. Bull lunges in, and Spino again is still not facing Bull. Spino's not facing him, which allows Bull to go for his side. He tries to knock Spino over, and Spino tries to snap at him, but his teeth can't dig in or grab any of Bull's skin. He eventually tilts his head and snaps, which if you can see the base of Bull's tail, like right where Spino's snout is, looks like maybe a little bit of skin was taken off, but nothing. He swings his claw, misses there, and then looks like he tries to. Yeah, it looks like he tries to bite Bull, and Bull is like manages to either bite at him, which makes Spino kind of back away, or just completely misses. But now Spino finally faces Bull head on. Finally faces Bull head on. Bull slams into Spino's side, his head underneath Spino's leg. And here's the thing, right? You saw in Jurassic World Dominion, the Giga did the same thing to Rexy, grabbing her by her leg and flipping her, allowing, at that point she was on the ground. But Bull, when he tries to do this with Spino, there's a difference. Spino has arms, and his arms allow him to keep himself off the ground and, allow him more contacts with the ground and other such, being more stable. As you've watched multiple times in this fight, his arms keep him alive. And, that's when, since Bull now left himself open and is too slow to react, to try to push Spino away, Spino's able to get his jaws around Bull's neck and now grabs him with his hands, his claws digging into his skin, pushing Bull to the ground. Bull strains his head trying to bite at Spino, trying to see if he can get one of Spino's arms in his jaws or something, but we all know what happens, and bam, neck snap. So, as you can see throughout this fight, Bull was literally wiping the floor with Spino throughout most of the fight. He's just much faster. Strength is debatable, but, he was just overpowering him multiple times throughout this fight. And the only reason Spino was even staying alive or, was able to win was because he just was able to use his hands to keep himself from falling over. Now, if Spino had shorter arms, or if he couldn't have reacted fast enough, he would have fallen and allowed Bull to either step on him or, manage to just grab his neck and kill him that way. But sadly, that didn't happen and allowed Spino to kill him and drops his body on the ground. Spino walks up, puts his hands on him, and roars. So that's the end of this fight. And I will say this, Spino did not beat Bull easily. It was more of it's like if you're fighting someone and someone's beating you up, but you're still managing to, hold them off. And you manage to pick up something and stab them or hit them or something. It's just like you don't necessarily know if you would have lost that fight. So, you really don't know. But I will say this, if Spino fell at that point, like at the last time Bull tried to knock him over, tried to flip him over, if Spino fell, but Bull may have killed him there. It's debatable. Spino probably wouldn't have died instantly, but if Bull managed to rip into his neck and do any serious damage, he could have beat him. So, I guess this is Tyraptor 101 here signing out, and see you guys next time. Any battles you want me to review next time, I guess we'll put them down in the comments, and I'll see you guys later. Goodbye.